Right, we are back in for pool today. Not gonna lie, feeling a little bit sore from yesterday after pushing arms, but a good sore, which is a good sign. But I'm back in for pool today, which I'm quite buzzing for, to be fair. Again, we have some more which I'll tan in 2 wee seconds. That sun is blinding. Oh my god, man. But something I want to kind of touch on was, weirdly enough, it's came from something that's, oh my god, I actually can't see it, man. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. What was that all about, man? Actually directly in my eye line, I couldn't see a thing. But anyway, so I was going to touch on. So today, I actually got a parking ticket, believe it or not. It was from last week, but I got it through in the post, in the mail, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, oh, for God's sake, man. I was actually recording a separate video for the day, which is a day in the life video as well. So I got it mid-recording that video pretty much. So when you see that video, you'll see the kind of reaction to that at the time. But thinking about it, man, it's like this whole thing of like, I don't know how it came up when I was thinking about it, right? But I just kind of basically thought about the whole like, it is just money at the end of the day. Like realistically, if I need to pay it, then oh well, I need to pay it. But I did also definitely pay for that parking, I'm just saying. So I have appealed it. If I don't win it and I do need to pay it, then different story, right? But at the end of the day, it is just money, right? So all these kind of things happen, right? Unexpected bills, like pure random payments, you need to pay more than you thought, all that kind of stuff, right? And at the end of the day, it literally is, it's just cash, man. That is all it is, it's just cash. And you hear it all the time, like, oh, money doesn't buy happiness. Now, I don't know if it does, right? Obviously, I'm not rich, so I've never actually experienced like pure mega riches and like knowing does that make you happy. I feel like to a certain extent it must make you happy to like be the point of it, okay, I have like financial freedom, I can do what I want, I can go spend time whenever I want because I have all this money, all that kind of stuff, right? But at the same time, me personally, I feel like purpose must be the kind of only thing that brings like true happiness, you know what I mean? Purpose, and as cringy as it might sound, probably love and all, you know what I mean? Purpose and love are probably kind of only sort of happiness things that I can sort of gauge off anyway. Money, like I've experienced like kind of times in my life where I have had like a lot more money than I did like before or whatever, right? It's like kind of gaining more money, and like in that moment, yeah, it feels good, like, oh, I'm getting so much more money this month, for class, man, like all that kind of stuff, right? But at the same time, it's not exactly pure like a prolonged period of happiness, you know what I mean? I don't get this money and go, oh, I'm just happy for the rest of my life, you know what I mean? So I feel like once you're like, or if you ever get to that stage of your life where you are like proper like minted, man, and you've got like so much cash, I feel like you kind of get bored, man, if like that feeling would just disappear. Like you'd go, oh, I've got this money, that's absolutely amazing. Then maybe like a month or two later you'd go, oh, I've got this money, like now what? Like nothing changes. I can buy all this pure fancy stuff, I can buy nice cars, nice houses, all that kind of stuff, but like, does it really mean anything? Do you know what I mean? Like it's not really got a purpose behind it other than the fact it's just a pure like an item, just to own a car, or you own fancy stuff, or you own a house. Like yeah, living in a nice place, having a nice car, that probably brings happiness to a certain degree, but again, only for like a short period of time. I feel like if you've kind of got all this money, right, and you're not pure like sharing the moments with people, I can imagine it being like a very lonely and like probably quite a dark lifestyle to live, to be fair. Now, that could be me just saying that because I'm not minted, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like all these rich folk are the ones that are saying like money can't buy happiness, and you're like, well, maybe they're right, but then again, what if they are just like, oh yeah, let them think that so that the poor stay poor and the rich stay rich, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's just like, I wouldn't really rely on money to be your source of happiness, you know what I mean? Like if you're the kind of person that pure relies on money to be happy, like, I would try and switch that up as soon as possible, because it's not going to be something that will last for a long time. Like, even if you do find yourself like getting loads of money or whatever it is, right, I can probably almost guarantee that in a few months' time after getting all that money, you're not exactly going to feel your like happiest self just because you've now got all this money, you know what I mean? Like if you're basically on your own, not with anyone, you have like no purpose in life, whatever job you're doing that's like bringing in all this money, is it really making you happy? Because if it's no, chances are your life might feel quite sort of, not boring, it might feel boring, but it might feel like you're kind of doing things just for money and not for like enjoyment or actual like purpose, right? Like me with coaching, for example, if I somehow managed to get like hundreds of clients a month, right? Yeah, I'd be very happy, but I'd be more so happy in the fact that I'm literally helping all these people and like changing lives. I wouldn't really be like pure, oh yeah, the only reason that I'm doing this is because I'm making all this money. Like, I just wouldn't be like that for me. And I feel like if you've got a job that like purely is for like monetary value and just like money, it's going to come to a point where like money doesn't really do anything for you anymore. Sorry, pardon me. So it might be a case where, say for example, you're doing this job for like 3-4 years, hundreds of money, you've bought the nice house, nice car, all that kind of stuff, but then what happens after that? Your job is then like, I'm not really enjoying it anymore because it is literally just for money. I've already bought the house, I've bought the car, like I've got nothing else to buy, so the money's now kind of irrelevant, you know what I mean? In the job, you're kind of just doing day to day for the sake of kind of making money, but do you actually need it anymore? Nah, probably not. And then becomes, right, okay, I'm now in a job where I just feel miserable and I'm just making money that I don't actually care about anymore. So I think things like that, you kind of need to deep. And I thought about all this for my parking ticket, right? We're just sitting thinking, Aidan, what is wrong with your mind, mate? And I know, what is wrong with my mind? Thinking all these pure deep thoughts, but at the same time, I like this wee channel, so I can give my deep thoughts and get them out in the air, you know what I mean? To me, I don't think monetary reason should be your sort of forefront reason of, right, okay, I'm going to do a job for money, I'm going to do this for money. Like, if you're someone that's so focused on the money side of things, it's going to eat you alive, man. Like, it really is. Like, anyone that started a business for money probably hasn't took their business very far. If they've started a business for a reason to help people, then yeah, probably will go for. So it's things like that. You need to think about, like, what are you actually doing your job for? If it is your job, are you doing it for money? If so, is it going to be like a good thing for you in the long run? Or are you doing your job because it's got purpose and you enjoy the purpose behind the job, i.e. it helps people, or I don't know, you just enjoy it for the sake of doing it, you just enjoy the kind of day-to-day sort of tasks, all that kind of stuff. Like, you need to think about those things. So aye, when it comes to a parking ticket, it is just money at the end of the day, and if I need to pay it, I need to pay it, because money comes and goes, but again, that parking ticket might haunt me for life, you know what I mean? But yes, in for pool. It might do RDLs, it might not do RDLs. I'm going to see how I'm feeling. I don't want to pure risk the back in any way, shape or form, so we'll see how I'm feeling. Possibly just do like a T-bar row instead again, but again, we'll see. But yes, I'll catch you in the next bit. Right, we are back. Had a pure panic there, man. Thought I'd lost so much things at once. I looked for my wallet, couldn't find my wallet. I eventually found that. I was like, where's my car keys? I had them here 2 seconds ago. They were then gone. Oh, what a manic 5 minutes that was. But aye, pool session ticked off and it was very, very good. I done RDLs, but what I done was I usually do single arm pull down, then RDLs and then T-bar, but this time round I done single arm pull down, T-bar and then RDLs. Get a bit more out T-bar, reason being I was, hold on, there's hundreds of cars here, give me some focus, 2 wee seconds. But basically my plan was to leave RDLs and not do them and then do a different kind of row. But I in fact did do them and just went extremely light. Well, I say extremely light, just lighter than I usually do, you know what I mean? Usually I do 160. I just went for 100 for, I done 100 for 10. Literally just paused in the length and then just kind of slowly contracted through. This shaker's going off, it's not, man. Then slowly contracted through. I wasn't pure like trying to have any explosiveness at all in any reps, literally just control from A to B each way, eccentric and concentric. I just wanted to be so safe, man. I done 100 kg for 10, then 80 kg for 12, and I left probably like 3-4 reps in the tank. I just didn't want to do anything stupid, but I wanted to get back into the swing of actually doing RDL. So having a hinge in your plan is like very, very important. And I thought if I leave it for too long, I'll then be like pure in my own head, like, oh, I'm scared to do it. I've been fine for this long, so I just won't do them at all, you know what I mean? So I wanted to get back into doing them early on, just go mega light for me anyway. And it felt good, man. It felt really, really good. I was like scared to do it, don't get me wrong. I literally done the bar for like 10 reps, then like 40 kg for like 6, then 60 for like 6, then 80 for 4, and then into 100. Just to make sure that I was definitely safe and extra warm, you know what I mean? But it was good. Like overall, it was like a good 2 sets that I'd done, so I can't complain. And it's good to be kind of back into actually doing them rather than pure like shying away from it. Like, I've been injured, it's happened, cool, move on. Like, I can't just pure get caught up in the thought of, oh, what if that happens again? Because if it does, it does. Oh well, who cares? But I just need to get past that sort of mental block of, okay, that's what's going to cause it, doing some sort of hinge movement, because it's not, it could be anything that does like an injury, you know what I mean? So I kind of get caught up on, oh, it's that movement that injured me, so it's going to be that movement does it again, because it might not be. It could be literally anything else that injures me as well, you know what I mean? So we move on. It was good, and we move on. But aye, that is the first little kind of segment, so to speak, of training ticked off. Legs, pushing arms, pull. Tomorrow we have a rest day, which is literally just cardio. So after work I do 20 minutes cardio, and then that is me done. I'm pretty sure I've got all my steps ticked off today as well. Aiming for roughly, obviously, 10k on average every day, and I think I was at like 7 or 8 before I left. I've done some steps in the walking pad this afternoon, literally like half an hour on my lunch break, so that was good. But I think I've still got maybe 1,000 or so to tick off, which I'll do again on the walking pad. It's just easing it. I could go out and get a nice fresh air walk, but at the same time, don't really want to. I've got the walking pad there. It's not lazy. I'm still getting my steps in, so why not use it? You know what I mean? But aye, what I was saying before about the whole like money thing, it's been playing in my mind a little bit, because a lot of people do tend to kind of like advertise and promote how like money can like set you free, and I do agree with that in the sense of, right, okay, you can have like your time back. You've got your own time to choose whatever you want to do with. You don't need to work for anyone. Don't need to like spend a lot of time in like an office or doing a computer job or a labouring job, whatever it is, which I understand that you get your time back. You're probably like happier in that sense of, right, okay, I have all my time back, I can do whatever I want, class, all that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't say it's pure like the only thing that can cause happiness. I mean, people say money doesn't cause happiness or money doesn't give you happiness. Like, I think to a certain extent it's true. To a certain extent it probably isn't true, but people that get like too caught up on like money being like the only way to happiness and the only way to like freedom, so to speak, like that then becomes an issue, because it's like all you're thinking about is like monetary value. You start doing things for money, whatever it literally is, like a job that you absolutely hate doing but it pays well, so I'm going to do it, all that kind of stuff. Like, if you can basically find a job that you're happy with, right, that actually makes you happy, you enjoy going to, you enjoy doing the tasks in the job like day to day, and you get decent pay for it, personally I would rather do that than say get a job that pays absolutely class but I absolutely despise it every single day, because then I'm just living a pure miserable life anyway, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of sitting there like, right, okay, I'm doing a job I absolutely hate, I've got good money, but is it even worth it? I'm working like 8-9 hours a day and it's like pure horrible job I don't enjoy, all that kind of stuff. Like, the job I've got just now, it's like a comfortable job that I'm relatively happy with, in the sense of it's good flexibility, it's not like a pure hate doing the tasks that I do, all that kind of stuff. Like, sorry, pardon me. At the end of the day, finance can only be so exciting, you know what I mean? Like, looking at numbers and spreadsheets isn't like the most exciting thing on planet Earth. To me, an exciting job is like my coaching, like seeing my clients progress, like when I see their transformations and I see the progress that they're making, that excites me. So I'm like, oh, I've actually helped them get there. They're now feeling better within themselves, they're feeling happier, they're feeling more confident, all this kind of stuff. And at that point, that excites me. So I'm like, oh, I'm technically still doing a job that excites me and makes me happy. It's just not, my full-time job, unfortunately, which I wish it was, but we'll get there one day. One day we will be a full online. One day we will be a full-time online coach. I can literally guarantee that one day it will happen, and I can promise that. I know it's going to happen, and I can't wait for the day that it does happen. To be honest, but aye, what can you do? You just need to wait and see if it happens. Class. If not, then but it will. It will happen. One day it will happen. But yes, apart from that, that is pretty much everything. Pool ticked off, in for a scran, shower, chill, and that's my night. So yes, I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.